Well, I think the one thing, if you drag it out, after the Democrats lose the House, and then they get rid of the committee.
Pelosi's daughter on J6. Pelosi's daughter was caught on camera talking about the plans for J6 participants. Allegedly.
Democrats lose the House, and then they get rid of the committee.
Right.
People may lose interest.
Yeah.
The first trials are going to get a lot of attention.
Yes.
It's like anniversaries. The first one is a
Right.
big deal. They made a really big deal.
Right.
January 6th.
Right.
No one's going to care after the Democrats are
Right.
out of power.
Right.
And then take Biden out of office, then who cares? If you drag it out long enough, I wouldn't go first for a trial. Because D.C. is a lot of people that work for the government.
Right.
And it's a lot of, I don't think
Well,
they're
that's-
unsympathetic.
The jury, that's
The
our
jury
bigger
is gonna
issue,
be-
is we don't think the trial should be held there. And
Well,
we're-
if you
we're
got
gonna find
moved, you
it-
totally get off.
I wish
It's-
I was.
Successfully move it?
No, they won't move it. Because I mean, think about it. They'll resist it. They'll say how I've heard in the
This is the
hearings.
longest delay
Yeah.
to
They're going to say,
They're in the
"How
mix of
dare
it,
you
they're
say
like,
we're not fair? We're fair."
Yeah.
And then it's very the last time the government moved the trial was the Oklahoma City bomber. They agreed to move it to Colorado, so that's they stipulated. Even the Boston bomber case, which is now on appeal, the city of Boston, or the federal judge there was like, "What do you mean we can't be
And the
fair?"
motion gets decided by the judge.
The
so,
judge- yes,
right?
yes, but then, but there might be more favorable up the line. You know, we go to the
If
not even
you-
the DC Circuit of Appeals, the Supreme Court. They might say, "Well, wait a second. You have politicians every night comparing it to Pearl Harbor, 9/11."
That was just
DC.
sad.
In DC, they're under siege at the National Project for 7 months. If you live there, you're like,
So some days,
Conviction sort of gets
I tell them,
Chick Sherman got 41 months in prison because he stood there.
he got great legal. Sometimes I say 8 months was great,
It was.
considering that the shaman who did not. I mean, what did the shaman do? He stood there. What did Paul do? He stood there. The shaman got how many months?
right, you gotta-
41
Yeah.
3.5
compared
years
to
of
8.
behavior.
So when I saw that, I was like, and I think that the government is going to go for more. That they're going to look to get bigger. Like people are criticizing some of the people
Right,
that got
right.
home convict. A lot of people have been getting probation and stuff. So I think they're looking to make people. Like I think if Paul went now, he'd get a longer sentence.
What did he do? What did he do? He went.
He just
won't
walked in
walk
with the
in.
Trump flag into the Senate.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. And he got. So I don't know if
It's
8
not
months
bad.
was good or bad.
Well, for the charge itself, I'm looking from a charging
He
point
didn't
of
get
view.
to 15-12.
See, but
Yes,
you
he
didn't
did.
walk into
Oh,
the
he
Senate.
did. He did.
See,
In 8
walking
months.
into the Senate.
But I didn't do that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's the bad thing.
I wasn't
Right.
even there to say it. A lot of these people are like, we're here to overturn I wasn't even there for that reason. I'm not there to overturn anything.
I think they might have used him to shore up their 15-12 charge.
Hold on, wait. So somebody in that room was there to, in like, wasn't charged? I'm confused.
Too, because if they have people pleading to it, they're telling the judges, "Look, we already have people who pled to this felony. So if you overturn it for one case, you're going to overturn all the prior convictions. It puts more pressure on these district judges not to overturn it because we have Paul. He's going to plead guilty to the."
Huh. Interesting. Well, that clip was obviously recently released to the public, but we also have a lot more clips coming. Well, a lot more footage coming from the famous day that we had a whole sham Hollywood production scripted, little TV show going on for J6. Allegedly, the footage, Kevin McCarthy got hold of the footage and gave it to the great reporter himself. No, not me. No, I'm joking. I had a hiccup right there. He gave it to Tucker. Now, if he would have given it to me, oh my goodness. A lot of pressure there. A lot of pressure. Honestly, I probably would have made, a couple videos and then just would have released all of it. Just would have uploaded it all to YouTube or something. Actually, my account would probably get banned or something, but release it somewhere else on Twitter or something. But, yeah. Let's jump into this next clip.
Former Speaker Nancy Pelosi's nightmare has been revealed as Speaker McCarthy publicly announced he's obtained 41,000 hours of footage from the J6 archives. This evidence is poised to be enough to indict Pelosi for covering up the truth and possibly lying in her statements. I'm Gary Franchi, and news breaks every day here. Be the first to know when. Tap subscribe and stay informed.
My brother Gary.
By obtaining this footage, McCarthy hopes to expose the truth and give citizens answers they deserve by unveiling who exactly is behind the cover-up. This has sent shockwaves through Washington as Americans everywhere are now paying very close attention to who McCarthy just handed this huge amount of documentary evidence to. It's uncertain where Speaker Pelosi, the former speaker, can go next as pressure mounts for her to address the inevitable charges against her that will be exposed by this trove of video.
41,000. Sheesh. That's a lot of hours to go over of footage. Like, my goodness. Hey, somebody tell Tucker to send me a few hours. I'll examine it. I'll help him out. A few hours isn't really too much of a dent in 41,000. But hey, somebody hit up my brother Tucker and tell him to send me a few of those hours. All right, I don't even care what hours. I'll just be appreciative he sent me a few hours. Okay.
But only time will tell how it will unfold. Speaker McCarthy's decision to deliver exclusive broadcast access of the Capitol footage to Fox News' Tucker Carlson has been met with criticism from none other than Adam Schiff. After all, back in January, Speaker McCarthy had emphatically declared that the American people had a right to view this footage and had reported that there were around 14,000 hours of it available. However, it now appears that the trove of footage is much larger than anticipated. Given its significance and importance, many have argued that all media outlets should be given access to ensure it reaches as wide an audience as possible instead of just Tucker alone. Watch.
Happened on January 6th. By definition, this video will reveal it's impossible for me to understand why an honest person would be bothered by that. Everybody's going to focus their attention on Tucker. Who can blame him? Any journalist would have taken the scoop if offered. Kevin McCarthy's a different story. He's supposed to be speaker, not Tucker Carlson's PR person. The footage that has been given to Tucker Carlson belongs to the American people. All this does is worsen the partisanship around January 6th, if that's possible, and force all of us to live in the past for another 2 years. Colby Hall.
As House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy turns over J6 videos to Tucker Carlson, one can expect to hear much grumbling from Democrats and the mainstream media. This is a symptom of a political system that displays viable distress whenever their carefully crafted narrative about the events of that day is called into question. Just look at the words used by Adam Schiff when he tweeted, "Make no mistake, this..."
Bro, Adam Schiff is an absolute joke. And I had no clue who this guy was until, really honestly, a month or so ago. I had no clue who Adam Schiff was. But this guy, everything that I've seen and I've heard from this guy's an absolute joke. Absolute bozo.
Isn't about transparency, it's about fueling dangerous conspiracy theories in response to the news. This clearly exemplifies the underlying tension among those who believe their version of what happened should remain unchallenged. Speaker Nancy Pelosi's severely botched cover story is likely to face repercussions as the release of 41,000 hours of footage from the J6 archives to Tucker Carlson looks poised to release the Kraken and rip the mask off all those implicated in the heinous act of leaving out essential details of U.S. policy. The news that Democrats and mainstream media have been dreading for some time has left many wondering what will become of Speaker Pelosi now that her lies and cover-up will be exposed. Though people may be expecting loud complaining from Democrats, we can only assume that Pelosi is getting drunk tonight before deciding on what steps she should take next, while knowing that there is only one way out. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out when Tucker Carlson inevitably reveals the truth behind their narrative-setting authority.
She getting sloppy drunk. Sloppy. No, what, in your mind, what is the best thing to do if you're Tucker in this moment? Kevin McCarthy has basically handed you all the ratings and views in the world, right? The moment Tucker starts releasing these, views are going to explode. Explode. You know I'm going to be talking about it. You know every other channel is going to be talking about it. You know the leftist media is going to be talking about it. Everybody's going to be talking about it. It's going to be the talk of the entire country. And from talking to a lot of you from other countries, it'll be the talk of other countries as well. Right? It might be the talk of the globe. Okay? So, what is the best route? In my mind, initially, right? Initially, I was going to say Tucker and, whoever he hires, the group of folks, they're all going to go through those 41,000 hours. They're going to pick out some of the best stuff, right? Make their videos on it. Make 2 or 3, news reports on it, depending on, what they find in the footage, right? And then in my mind, that's when you release the Kraken. You find some way to just release all of the footage out to the public. How that happens, maybe, Fox News uploads, every single clip to, the Fox News YouTube channel. If they have to blur out something because of terms of service or whatever, or bleep out something, maybe instead of doing that, just upload it to Rumble instead, right? Because I'm sure there's some, graphic things here or there that YouTube might have an issue with. And of course, the soft lefties might have a huge problem with. And the last thing you want to do is upload the footage and have it taken down. Or really even have to edit things, because then people are like, well, what else did you do to the footage, So that in my mind, that would be the route to go with it, right? Because, I'm sure Tucker wants to make content out of it. I'm sure Fox does. I'm sure Fox wants to make a couple of dollars off of it. All right, cool. I'm not mad at you. I'm not. I know a bunch of lefties would have a huge problem with, how dare they make money off of this, but hey, that just is what it is, Bills got to get paid somehow. So make your money, make your few news reports, and then release the Kraken. Just start one by one, releasing the videos onto the Fox News YouTube channel, and ones that you have to edit, that you may have to edit to get up on YouTube, don't touch them, just upload them to Rumble. But what do y'all think? If you were given 41,000 hours of footage, would you make a couple dollars off of it? First, right? I wouldn't be mad at you for it. Would you make a couple dollars off of it first and then release the Kraken? Or would you just release it from the jump? Or would you, find the best parts and just release that just to save people from watching 41,000 hours? How would you go about it? Let me know. All right? Let me know. Peace and love. I'm out.